super excited. Thank you guys for being on with us. If this is your first time,
Okay, we're live. Hi, everybody.
you're gonna have to mute. So we are doing a Zoom and we're doing Instagram Live. So we're gonna patch in Derek here, business, and I'm constantly going from office to office, and I'm trying to take care of the baby and all these things that we're trying to do all at the same time. And so, hi Rebecca. Oh, hi Neil. I see you guys. So yeah, we just wanted to jump in with a couple of things, and we're also going to tell you guys a couple of things that we're about to launch, and get some feedback about that stuff. And then we wanted to just open it up for like the last 10 minutes. We're going to keep our part pretty short and to the point, and then let you guys ask questions if you have any questions. Okay, cool. All right.
So first thing, we wanted to just give a few tips. I know a lot of you guys are already, probably know as much or more than us about remote work, but we thought we could share some of the things that we do with remote business, because we have several employees that all work in different locations. And so we just thought we would show some of the software that we use. One thing that I would highly recommend is, I know everyone uses like chat apps and WhatsApp and Line and different things like that, but I would definitely recommend for work that you also have some sort of chat application that you can use on the desktop, on your computer, like on a laptop. So something like Slack, a lot of people use Slack, and it's free for, there's some limitations on the free, but it will, I think, do exactly, what you need to do. There's also one called Discord, Discord, and it kind of, when you go there, if you go and check it out, it looks like you might think it's for gamers, which it is, like geared towards gamers, video gamers, but it's actually a really good chat application that lets you do live video feeds and audio and chat, and so you can do all that stuff, and it's more full featured and still free. So that's a good option. So we do a lot of, and I'll just show you if let's see, can we flip?
Oh boy.
Well, if we
can
go to the side,
we can flip the camera.
If we flip the camera, does that mean everyone else?
No,
has to flip?
don't do it like that.
Well, we can't because this bar's in the way.
Yeah, watch this. I'm just gonna hold it.
Oh, okay, perfect.
You guys are just getting the real deal right now. This is like
This is kind of our test.
Could not be more live than we are right now.
I think for next time we'll figure out some more.
Here we go.
Stuff on the computer. All right, so we're
Flip
gonna flip around. So I'll just show you. So we use this. It's very similar to Slack. So if we're working on an internal one, but so you can see here we have different channels like marketing, web development, and then we have direct messages. So it allows us to create groups so we can talk and chat about those groups. And then the great thing about this is when you're working on a computer, you can just take a screenshot really quick. And so if you're working on, let's say, a policy or having some trouble with something, like you can hit the print screen button on your keyboard. A lot of people don't realize that's just built in to the operating system, and it will take a screenshot. So
wait, let's show them this button, because this might be like
PRT
groundbreaking.
SCN.
Yeah. You all have that button. You all have that button on your so right here. You all have that. So
it's in a different place for some people.
Yeah, it's in a different place for some people, but it is built in.
So it allows you to take a screenshot, and then I use that a lot. So if I'm trying to describe something, I can send it to them. And I can just paste it right in and then enter. So it's really good to have chat applications like that, because you don't always want to work on your phone. If you're needing to do some real work, the other advantage it gives you is being able to copy paste, and if somebody sends you a policy number, instead of like looking on your phone or figuring out how to get it in on the computer, you just have it there and you can copy paste.
And also, when you guys are talking to us on the help chat and you happen to be on your desktop, so a lot of times we'll say like, hey, can you send us a picture of whatever it is that you're seeing or a question that you have? You can use that print screen button and just copy paste a picture right to us. You don't have to take one on your phone or do some elaborate scheme. You can just do that and send us.
And if you want, if you're really into that kind of thing, can we put a comment on there? So the program, Windows has it. When you hit print screen, it works by default. But if you want to be fancy, there's a program called ShareX. And I think if you Google that, you'll see the page. You can download that. It's just a Windows program. that lets you do a lot more stuff. So you can do your screen capture, but then you can draw on it, or highlight things or circle things or put text, and makes it a lot better. So
Okay, now let's get into some BSCpro stuff.
do you want to do?
Oh yeah, one more thing we
thing.
wanted to share with you guys that we love. So passwords. Passwords can be super annoying, and we have passwords everywhere, right? You have a password for Facebook, you have a password for Instagram, for like blah blah blah, a bunch of different passwords, right? So we use a software called Bitwarden, 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 all one word. Oh, Derek's gonna type it in there. So it is really awesome, and it allows you to put all your, it gives you like a super long, crazy password, like a master password. And it stores all of your passwords for any website that you go on, and it generates like really crazy passwords. Now, for some people, it's I know it can be a little scary, but it has saved me so many times having those passwords in there. I can access them from my phone, from my desktop, from if I go onto his device, which is awesome if you have accounts that you share with a partner. I can access the passwords. He can access the passwords that we have shared with each other, all through Bitwarden. So that's really cool, and that's something that has helped us a lot. So
yeah, and it's really helpful with teams too, because again, it's free, but being able to share a password with your team is really good, especially if you can change the password and it updates for everybody. So if you have a couple of different people sharing some accounts, it's really good for that. But the biggest thing is the security benefits. You just remember one good strong password, but then you let Bitwarden create a different password for every different app that you use. So when it's time to log into something, you just remember your Bitwarden password, you let it put in the different password every time. And that's good, because if one of your passwords gets compromised, they don't automatically get into everything that you own.
Right.
So,
and you can kick people out if you need to kick people out of the Bitwarden. Okay, so let's get on to the next thing. So pull up, I want to show you guys something. So on production, so we've been working on, you guys know how we work, like we work fast. And then there's, at the beginning of the year, we wanted to really scale down, like adding a bunch of new pages. What we wanted to do was really take the features that you guys love and use heavily and build them out and make them really strong and really solid, and put all the bells and whistles in that we've been wanting to do for so long. So that's what we've been working on. And so the next, one of the next things that we are about to roll out is app mentioning. Now I know, can you get that queued up?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to do this one first?
Yeah, no, I'll do.
Okay, app mentioning. So, like on Instagram, when you app mention somebody, and if you don't know what app mentioning is, it's when that little A symbol, and then you start typing someone's name, their username, on Facebook or Instagram or platforms like that, and it basically sends that person a direct message. It's basically saying, hey, so and so, I'm talking to you directly. That's what that is for. So we're going to have that on production, and we're also going to roll that out on every page. So when you're making notes, you can basically directly app mention somebody, and they'll get the message on their app and on the app, and they'll be able to respond right back. So same as if someone DM'd you on Instagram, it comes up as a push notification. I wanted that same thing on here. So the technology itself is not a new thing, which is actually a benefit, because it's really nothing new you're going to have to learn, but it's going to be awesome to have that on BSCpro, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. So the idea will be, when you go to your notes.
So this is the production tracker. You guys all
tracker.
know. This is we're on the test server right now.
And when you pull up the notes, and let's say that you have this policy needs to be checked for whatever, then I could actually specify, let's say there's someone in the team that always works on this kind of stuff. So I can type at and just start typing. I'll put my own name there. And as you start typing, it's going to let you have select suggestions from your team. Then I can hit enter, and then I can save it. And so what that will do, it puts me in there, and it will it'll send a notification and have like a link to this conversation.
You haven't mentioned yourself. That's
yeah,
why it's still in white.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned myself, so it's a little different here. But yeah, they would show up like this. So the idea would be, if you have something important someone needs to look at, you can just mention them, and they'll know they need to hop in and check it out. And so it'll also track whether they've seen it or not.
Yeah.
And it's not launched yet, but we're
so close. We're so close. So I love that. If that is exciting to you guys at all, or if that's something you're even interested in, let us know. Like, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. If you have questions, you can type them in on the chat on Zoom. Okay. So I love that. It makes me super excited. The next thing that we wanted to show you is something new. Some of you may have already noticed it. Some of you maybe have not. Okay. Dinesh, thank you. That is awesome. I agree. Okay. We wanted to show you the rescheduling feature. So on the matchup calendar, when appointments are, we get so many questions about the rescheduling. So I wanted to show you guys this. So pull that up. So on here, I should just hold this the whole time instead of putting it back on here. Let's turn this around. Okay. So when an appointment gets rescheduled, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. You just hit the reschedule. The same appointment pulls up here, but I can put the new date. So let's say this appointment didn't happen. And by the way, when we say reschedule, that means like like you had to change it before the appointment actually happened. We're not talking about a follow-up appointment.
Hang on a second. I'm going to explain this. Okay, there's a difference between was an appointment rescheduled or is there another appointment that was booked, like a second appointment? Okay, so on the matchup calendar, when you see blue, when you either use the blue highlighter, click all that off so I can show. If you highlight something blue, or you say the appointment was rescheduled. So if I'm a base shop coordinator, if I'm an SMD, and I see that one of the agents has marked something blue, marked it blue, as in the appointment, did not happen. Wait, there we go. The appointment did not happen. And so I highlighted blue. No. Sorry, guys. Yeah, click it blue. So I'm the field trainer. I click it blue because the appointment said, oh, we can't make it and we want to reschedule for a different date. And you actually book a date. That is what the blue highlighter means and represents. Like, I've actually rescheduled it. There's an actual date. And so that's how that is meant to be used. Now, you're welcome to use it however you want within your own organization. I get it. As long as you guys are all doing it the same way, that it'll work for you. But that's, in our definition, that's what that means. So if I see blue in my calendar, there should be a second appointment there. Show the number.
Yeah, I need to show the tab. I forgot that I switched over to show the
new.
And it's just because I switched over to show the new tab mentions.
Oh, okay.
Live site here.
Hang on, guys. Any questions while he pulls that up? All right, appointments.
So you can see that it's blue.
So this is what's new here. So if you have rescheduled something and you actually put it in the calendar, BSCpro is going to prompt you to actually reschedule it. And on the first appointment, let's say, I shouldn't call it the first, on the original appointment, it's going to show you when it was rescheduled for. And also, if you notice, when Derek clicked on it, you can click on it and it will take you to the second appointment, or not the second appointment. It'll take you to the new appointment.
Yeah. So it's just a way to keep track of those things. The system's going to know that this was a canceled appointment. It's going to show, well, this one was rescheduled. So here you go, and helps you keep track of that.
Yeah. So you'll start seeing that in your calendars. That's actually live.
Yes.
On the site. So when you guys start, as you continue to use BSCpro on there, you'll be able to see that. Okay. Next thing. Also going to allow you to block out chunks of time in your calendar. And we're also going to, on the matchups, you'll be able to, I don't know what the right term is. We haven't come up with like a cool name for it, but basically your list of your top field trainers that you use. So when you're trying to assign field trainers, you're going to already you'll see who's available and who's not. So we've been wanting that forever. And I know you guys have been wanting that forever, especially you SMDs and base shop coordinators that have a ton of appointments. So you'll be able to shortly, hopefully you'll be able to see your people that are booked up already. We'll sort of give you a cheat sheet, little list of field trainers as you're going to do matchup assignments. Okay. Oh, someone else, is this available to associates or senior associates?
Yeah.
That you mean the rescheduling?
All of this will be.
All of this is that's available for everyone. Those features yeah, it applies to everyone
I
because
think
everyone needs to know.
To see that you have to have a premium account, I guess, for that. Not particularly for that feature, but just to be able to see that full.
Oh yeah, to use the
page that
matchup
we
calendar
run,
on the
calendar on the website.
Okay, we got a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad we answered your question. All right, next. Callback reminder. So here's what we're going to be rolling out shortly. I'm always hesitant to be like, we're going to roll this out soon. And then, it doesn't happen for a long time, but we're still pretty quick. So what we wanted to do is show you guys the callback feature because a lot of people don't know where this is. So we're going to show you where it is, and we're going to show you where it's where we're also going to add it. So on the prospect tracker.
Oh, let's close this so they can see.
So when you go to the prospect tracker, here we are. Just click on the little phone icon, and then you're going to go to where you're entering the result, and then you're going to click callback, and this little guy will pop up. Enter a date and time. You want to be reminded to call this person back. I love this so much. So there's so many people that don't know. So if you're still on and you have teammates that have issues with remembering to call people back, let them know that this is available for them to use. So what BSC Pro will do, you can set a little note there. On the test server, it might not say, but you can remind yourself why you need to call that person back. I know, isn't it awesome? Like, I love this. The reason I wanted to show this, I wanted to bring it up because I know that it's a little hidden unless you are already using BSC Pro. And so what we're going to do is, or what we've been wanting to do, but we're finally getting to it, is adding the callback reminder feature on pretty much all the pages. So if you have pretty much on all the pages, you'll be able to access the callback reminder. So for example, if you're trying to, you need to be reminded to call someone to book their fast start date, or you need to call just for whatever reason, you can set a callback reminder from pretty much any page. And we're also going to make that available from the dashboard and on the app as well. So you can set callback reminders from anywhere. Okay. Oops.
And
next.
More notifications is all.
Oh yeah, and then the last thing really, and I wanted to, yes, thank you, Nate. I love it too. I'm so excited about this. And yeah, we are working to get all these things pushed out on the app at the same time. Okay, so the last thing is notifications. So I've been digging in really deep. I've been working on this for months and months, but it's all the notifications on every single page to let you guys know what stuff is pending, things that are lingering, who needs to get pushed through the filters, just to help remind you of the things that you're supposed to be doing. Because I know it can be a lot trying to remember a bunch of stuff, especially when your base shop blows up, or especially now when everyone's doing webinars. There's so much more activity happening all at the same time. It's getting really insane, but it's also exciting. So you're going to start to see more notifications coming out this month, and next month you're going to be like, oh, cool. I just got notified that, my trainee passed their exam, and, someone was fast started, or someone hasn't been fast started, or there's a new recruit on the 8-speed filters, just to let you know that there's activity going on all the time, and to keep that in the forefront of your mind. And we're also going to be pushing out not really a newsletter, but just more of like stats. So if you've been using BSC Pro for any significant length of time, we're going to start sending you guys stats of things like this is how many prospects
email
were added,
digest,
like an email digest, right? So this is how many appointments were booked in your team today. This is how many pieces of business got first advance today. This is how, like, stats like that. And if you guys have suggestions on things that you want to be notified about, let us know, and maybe you'll see your notification on BSC Pro. So, anything else you want to add?
No, that's all I have.
Okay, so that was really it. Now, if this is your first time ever being on a call with us, or if you're brand new to BSC Pro, we do have an app that goes with the website, which you can download for free and use for absolutely free on the App Store if you have an iPhone, or you can go to the Google Play Store and download the app. You just search BSC Pro. I have it on my shirt. BSC. It's for spring because, first day of spring was yesterday. Yeah, so happy springtime, everybody. And you can find our app and start using it pretty much right away. So do you guys have any questions? You can ask us anything if you want to. So, hi, Erica Lewis and Judy. Hi. Any questions? Do you have anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I think that's, I mean, I could show how tagging works, but can we show that?
Yeah, sure. Let's show it.
So,
We're going to
so
show you
really
one more
quick,
thing.
this is a feature that's been around. Let's flip the camera around there. This has been around for a while, but I think quite a few people haven't really gotten into using it. So one of the powerful things about the prospect tracker is it's very flexible and open for how you want to use it. So your team, you and your team, can create special tags. So let's, and it can be whatever you want. And let's say we're going to create a new hot prospect tag. And the reason you would do that is if you wanted to have, let's say, a way to filter, or you're going to have some special meeting, you're going to filter them down and do all your hot prospects.
You're doing a contest, let's say.
Yeah, a contest for phone zone or whatever. So you can put in anything you want. If there is no tag created, it'll give you this option to click to add. So I'm going to add it, and I'm going to pick my color. So I'll pick a nice bright red there. And so it creates that hot prospect tag. So let's say we have that first contact there, and now when I search, I'm going to see that tag, so I can tag it again. And what that's allowing me to do is later I've got all my contacts up here, but I can also just select it from the list here to filter it down, so it only gives me the hot prospects. Now there's a couple things you can do. You can click the phone icon right here, which would let you filter through them. So you can filter through and make your calls. Let's say you were doing a phone zone. And then the other thing is you can select all of them. So let's say I filter just my hot prospects. I can click this top button here, the top, very top left, it selects all of them. And from there, I could do things like share. So I could share all of these with, let's say, my upline or something. So let me share these with Brittany here. And it will share all of them at the same time. So now she will get this list. So you can use this to, you could tag them as top 25, top 100, and use it to filter it down and send the whole list at once like that.
I love that. So, because we do get asked a lot, how can we make a top 25? So this is a great workaround for that, to tag everyone who's supposed to be on a top 25. And you have basically endless top 25s that you can generate and make the tags. And also, if you are an SMD, an SMD or above, and you create a tag, your whole team, I want to say it's CEO. I should have written it down.
I think it's SMD, but if not, we'll be fixing it so it is that way. But you should be able to create tags, and those tags will show up and be in the right color for your whole team. Right.
So you can make tags, and your whole team will see them, which is huge. You don't want a bunch of people, because people spell things differently. Some people can't spell. So it allows you to just make the set of tags that you want, and then your whole team can just access them. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and people are still, if you have your own personal way that you like to filter things, you can still create your own tags. It's not going to show up for everybody else. So it's just, creating for your own use. And then the other thing is, if you do top 25 lists, some people do real lists, you can still do that. Show them the screen here. The last thing that I'll show is when you filter down your prospects or whatever, you have this export button up here. So if you click to export, you have the option to export all. That's going to export in to Excel your entire prospect list. But if you say export filtered data, that is just going to get these that we have filtered down to. So you could get, if I do that, I'll get an Excel with just my hot prospects or just my top 25s or my top 100s or whatever. And so that's a good way if you...
For those of you that love paper.
Yeah, if you want to print it out or email it, or even some people, put them all together and email it to someone. It's fine. You can do it however you like.
We really do want this to be, it's always been my intention to make a tool that works for everybody. Not in a people pleaser kind of way, but just make it so that to leave you some wiggle room so that you're not forced into using this system, which is very close. It should be very close to the system you're already running in real life, but we wanted to leave you guys some wiggle room in there for things that you're not quite ready to let go of. Maybe it's Excel or using paper. So, we did that with
sometimes
intention.
It's just good. There's things.
Sometimes it's good to have a backup. You never know.
Right, and there's things that BSCpro doesn't do. So maybe you want to export them in so that you can import them into, something to print birthday cards or something.
Yes.
However you like.
And while it's on my brain right now, someone asked about. I had a question here. Can we enter past appointments and track follow-up, or just new appointments?
enter past appointments. Yeah, you
Yes.
can. If you put in an appointment with a past date, it will actually automatically show up as ready for follow-up. So
Yeah.
even if it's a matchup, you could go ahead and put it in. You could go ahead and make the trainer assignment, and then it will show up for everybody to do the follow-up. So yes, that's a good question. If you want to start tracking your older stuff.
All right. Did we answer your question, Rosie? I hope so. Oh my gosh, my mom's on the feed. What? Hey, Mama. I see you on there, girl. Okay. So one thing that I wanted to mention, if you guys are newer, I noticed there's a couple of people that are pretty new to BSC Pro. Someone asked me the other day, so I thought it was important to bring it up. How do you highlight here on production? We used to have or where Derek showed on the matchup calendar, there was a little highlighter icon, and we used to have that right here on production. And so now if you need the highlight / the statuses to change on the left side on production, things actually have to be completed because
It just does it automatically.
It does it automatically. So as you're checking off, let's say
mark the issue date. There.
Yeah. So when you mark, so everything starts off as either no color or it's white pending.
And then
once you issue it,
it switches to issue.
Sorry, guys. It changes to issued. So I'm looking at the top one. Sorry, I hope I'm not making you guys sick. Social distancing. Yeah, we're killing it at social distancing. So that's how things change. So as you guys are checking things off, getting things done, that's when the highlights change. And it's pretty helpful. It's been pretty helpful for newer people, I've noticed, that have that question because they think that something's complete because they got a first advance. So they try to click it green, and that's not the case. So it kind of teaches them the right things to do from the very beginning. And that's been another one of my intentions from the beginning with building this, is helping the new people, like duplicating the proper system and steps so that they know what to do by the time, they're out on their own, and duplicating and building their own base shop. So anything else?
That's all.
I think that's it, unless you guys have any other questions. Thank you for being on. We wanted to keep this short with you guys. We are going to do another one next Friday at the same time with different topics. Thank you guys for being on. Same time next week, and stay safe out there. We got another question. Hang on a second. What about tracking Legacy Shield? Same as an appointment?
Probably.
That's a good question. I haven't come across that yet, so I will.
There is but there is an appointment type. So when you create an appointment or a matchup, there is an appointment type, and one of those types is other. So I would do that. I would put that it's you could do your Legacy Shield appointment. I think that's what she's asking about. Mm-hmm. And then you would put that the appointment type is other, and in the notes put that it's Legacy Shield. That way that your leader knows, like, oh, this is what the appointment is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
So they know who to match you up with.
Yeah. All right. Okay, you guys. Thank you. We're going to let you go. Get back to making phone calls, doing appointments. Remember to wash your hands and keep doing your social distancing. But we will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.